In Hawaii, good morning here on the West Coast, and good afternoon for my friends back on the East Coast. So, just checking in here from Long Beach, California. I am at the Maya, which is a fabulous hotel, and what I wanted to talk about today was the power of decision. You know, I really reflected. I've been here at a board meeting for the last couple days and had the opportunity to reflect a little bit about this particular spot and decision making, and because it was 4 years ago, almost to the day, that I flew from the East Coast to come out and explore an opportunity here in Long Beach, and yeah, so there was a lot of thought that went into that whole experience, but ultimately a decision was made, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made, at least professionally. Many of you know we've had an extraordinary run over the last 4 years in building an amazing company, and the best is yet to come. But I wanted to share some thoughts about decision, because I think a lot of people that I see out there, especially in the network marketing world, these people have trouble making decisions on all kinds of things. And I think there's two things that really kind of hold people back when it comes to decisions. I think the first one is procrastination. Lots of people have this someday mindset, meaning they're going to actually maybe do it someday. They're too busy. They don't have enough time. It's just not worth their time or something. But I'm here to tell you, there's no such thing as someday. It's just not existent. And then there's the fear-based piece. There's the fear of making a decision. And again, I grew up in Pittsburgh, many of you know, and I think back and I write about it in my book about my fear for making a decision of jumping off the high dive. We used to go to a community pool, my family, and I was always enamored with climbing up the ladder, getting to the high dive, and honestly, for probably a week or so, I would climb up, I'd walk to the edge, I'd be looking over, and I would stand there for probably 10-15 minutes. My mother would sit there and kind of encourage me to kind of dive off the dive, and I just didn't. I would just climb right back down. But then it was one day that I went there, and I think, I don't know what came over me, but it was just, there was still the fear, but I just did it. I just jumped off, and I think you can imagine what happened after that. A, I survived, and B, getting after the pool, I ran to the ladder and did it again and again and again and again and again, and it became really, really simple approach. So I think that's something that many of you may be encountering when it comes to your personal prospecting, getting out of your comfort zone to talk to the right people, and so I'm just here to kind of tell you that you just got to break through, because once you make that leap, it becomes really, really easy to replicate that process. Okay, so and then a couple years ago, it was actually about 4 years ago, around that same time, I had a kind of revelation, if you will, and I was thinking about, some decisions I had to make, both personally and professionally, and there were 3 decisions that I made that I promised was going to make my life easier, going forward. The first one was I was going to live for today. Life is short, man. It's super short, and I think we're in a society there where people are really kind of stressed out a little bit, and I'm here to tell you, look, I get that piece of it, but just live for today, breathe the air, and if you're having a challenging day, hang it up and see what tomorrow brings, but live for today. And the second thing, which is something I really believed in, for a long time now, but really took action, 4 years ago, was to save for tomorrow. Lots of people are running around in society today, and they're just not even thinking, but they're living specifically for today financially. And the truth of the matter is, with technology and superfoods and all kinds of good things that can help extend your life, you're going to have to start saving for tomorrow. And I did a piece last week when I was on vacation about paying yourself first. You can go back into the thread here and kind of watch that video. I won't go through that again, but it's super important to save for tomorrow, because you're going to live a long life, and you want it to be a fruitful life. And the third thing that you can make a decision on and have not only instant but long-term gratification is if you just take action now. Many of you are, again, just floundering around, wanting something big, wanting change, having big dreams, but you're not necessarily taking the action that you really need to take. So, I just wanted to share that, the power of decision, because again, having been here 4 years ago in the same hotel, and the decision that was made with myself and a couple friends, we've gone out and changed some lives in a very significant way. And like 4 years ago, I walked out of a 2-day board meeting, and we too made some very significant decisions that I think will change the trajectory of not only our company, but tens of thousands of people that we're going to touch in the process. So anyhow, that's what I wanted to share with you today. I also, if you got value in this, I would encourage you to share. One thing many of you know about Ripple Marketing here, for those of you who do share this, I'm going to randomly, when I get back to the East Coast, pick a couple people and send them a signed copy of this book. So yeah, if you're interested in learning how to build a huge in network marketing, certainly share it, and or if you want it right away, go to Amazon or go to davidscultetti.com and order yourself a copy. But yeah, share this. I'd like to send some signed copies out later this week. All right. So anyhow, wherever you may be, have an awesome day. Do something for yourself. You deserve it. Bye for now.